Hey guys, good morning, his name, and Majora's Mask 3D is the game. In the last episode, we began the Anju and Kafei side quest, and in this episode, we are going to end the Anju and Kafei side quest. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to do an optional event here in West Clocktown. At the very end of the last episode, we listened to a conversation between Anju and her mother trying to convince her that she should not stay in Clocktown, she should instead flee from the falling moon. That is what has happened last. This time, we're going to see an optional event, like I said, that will show a certain someone coming into the Curiosity Shop. You need to be at the Curiosity Shop, obviously, at 12 p.m. on the second day. 12 a.m., I should say. I meant to say 12:30, actually. Sorry, 12:30 a.m. on the second day, or technically the first 30 minutes of the third day. I don't know, if you want to be really technical about it. But I'm going to take this moment to mention that this is a second attempt at this recording. In the last episode, I mentioned that it took 2 attempts to get the last episode up too. This one as well. The first one was because for some reason my commentary didn't work. Audacity decided it was going to record the wrong mic. And ironically enough, this time around, my screen recorder decided that it wasn't going to record the gameplay audio. It was instead going to record from the built-in microphone instead of the speakers of my computer, which plays the gameplay audio. So, yeah. But it's all going now, so that's great. Anyway, so at 12:30, this is completely optional, but it helps things make sense a bit more later down the line. At 12:30, Sakan's going to come here into the Curiosity Shop, and he's going to approach the counter. Oh, oops, too early. 100. Don't be such a ruby pincher, you miser. 200. Well, why don't I just offer you even less? And you know, that belongs to the bomb shop owners. How about if I tell them all about you? Alright, fine, I'll take it. But you're guilty too. Don't be a fool. A seller of stolen goods is just a middleman who's trying to provide his customers with good product. Look, I know nothing. If it comes to me, I buy it. I'm a charitable organization that helps people in need. I understand. And the total is, it's 50 now, so there you go! What? You said 100! Oh, so you don't want me to take it off your hands? Wait, it's a deal, it's a deal! I love this interaction between them so much. It makes me like the Curiosity Shop owner more than I did previously. Because before he was just kind of this jerk to us, but I don't know, he's kind of a funny guy. If you talk to Sakan, this Curiosity Shop guy is taking advantage of me. I just want my fair share. Yeah, you know a thing or two about fair share, I am sure. Anywho, completely optional event. But if you remember, Kafei said that he was going to peer through a hole that allowed him to see into the Curiosity Shop so he could see the person who stole his mask. So he could know where to find them. We can assume that he just witnessed this interaction and he's going to follow Sakan back to his hideout. That's exactly what's going to happen. So a completely optional event, but it helps things make sense a little bit more further down the line. So our next event is going to be day 3 at 12 p.m. in the laundry pool. Alright, so 12 p.m. in the laundry pool. This can actually be done between 12 and 6. This is a required event. Go back to Kafei's hideout. Go up the hall to speak to Kafei. Nope, actually. Didn't expect you. Huh? You the green hat kid. I find it really funny that through this entire thing, everyone's referring to me as the green hat kid, but I've been wearing this bunny hood, which is a lot more of a recognizable item. Or at least if it's on top of the green hat. I got a message from Kafei. Now, Kafei, I've known him since he was real little. But when he showed up looking all young in that little brat body, you mean as a child? I didn't know what I was seeing. All it took was one glance at that Keaton mask he was carrying for me to realize that I was looking at my old friend. I gave him that mask a long time ago when he was just a little Kafei. Didn't know he'd keep it that well for so long. I'm not sure why, but I want to give this to you. You got the Keaton mask. This is Kafei's mask of memories. Accepting this keepsake doesn't make much sense to you, but you should take it anyways. Do not worry, Link, it doesn't make any sense to an adult mind either. Now, Kafei. He says he wants you to take this to his mother. You were given a special delivery to Mama. This is priority mail, so hurry up and deliver it. A customer came to my shop last night. Now Kafei sees him, and Kafei's color just changes and he goes running after the guy. The guy's a regular, a greedy thief named Sakan. I think he's from Akana Village. And we know because we witnessed that event, we know that Kafei ran after Sakan. Right after he left the bomb shop well, not the bomb shop, but the curiosity shop last night. Do listen to his memories. This was added to your notebook. Kafei left behind a Keaton mask and a special delivery to Mama. He's on his way to Akana Canyon. And another thing I should mention is the reason why I was telling you do not stop Sakan on day 1 is because if you stop him, he's not going to be coming to the curiosity shop, as we just saw, and then Kafei won't be able to follow him back to his hideout. So it's really cool how, through this mechanic of time travel, we get to see, how doing one event will affect another, and if we stop this, then that won't happen. It's really cool. So the next thing we're going to want to do is, on day 3, just after 6 p.m., we want to go be with Kafei at Akana Canyon. So, let's go over and warp that way. Alright, so once you warp to Akana Canyon, you're going to want to ignore the Gwei and hop down here. Now, we've been in this area previously, the one that we're about to go to, when we met the business deku scrub here at Akana Canyon when we were doing the business scrub trading sequence. Otherwise, you don't really have a reason to go up to this area right here, but except for what we're about to do today. Come up here. There's that business scrub that we met previously. And when we came up here, you might have noticed a sign over here. It's Akan's hideout, equipped with walls that can withstand any explosion, protected by impenetrable internal security. And if you look behind this rock over here, you'll find Kafei. I found him, Green Hat Boy. He's using this place as a safe house where we're keeping his stolen goods. Apparently his name's Sakan. He came to this shop last night and I followed him. His storage for things he stole is on the other side of that rock door. The sun's mask is surely in there. Only Sakan can open this door. The only way is to wait for him to arrive. I'll wait. I made my promise to Anju. He'll come back around sundown. That's our only chance. If he sees us, he'll run away for sure. We'd both better hide here. So he'll come around sundown. We know that to be right around 6 o'clock. So, like you said, you want to make sure you are hidden when he comes around. If Sakan sees you, he will fly away and this entire side quest is ruined. So make sure you are hiding behind this rock at 6 p.m. Speaking of this rock, really interesting thing, if you try to climb it, it glitches out. And because of that, I actually accidentally discovered something that I never knew about this game. I don't know how I never knew this, but when I was practicing, I was climbing this rock, just messing around, and it flew me into the water. And when that happened, I flew down the river. Let me get close to the ledge so I can see what I'm talking about. I flew down the river, down through there, and I was popped out at the north end of the southern swamp. So if you ever need a shortcut to get from Akana to the southern swamp, that's how you can do it. Pretty interesting. I can't believe I never knew that until then. It seems like a really obvious thing, but at the same time, what reason would you have to go down there other than you're just messing around or you fell down there? I don't know. But there's not really anything to do down there besides use that shortcut. But anyways, that's there for you if you didn't know about it. Anyways, we're gonna want to wait till 6 o'clock and make sure we're hiding behind this rock. So, Nintendo 64 players, make sure the Saga Inverted Time isn't playing so you're not waiting longer than you have to. 3DS players. To 6 p.m. And technically I think you could probably go till 7. And you're about to see why I say that. Alright. So if you come here at 6 o'clock, you're not going to see him quite yet. He's going to take his time getting here. If you're really impatient, you can put the flow of time back to its normal flow, and that'll speed things along a little bit. At the angle that I'm at right now, I can see just under the rock, and I can see if he's going to be coming. So at any moment now, we should see him show up. And there he is off in the distance. Let's make sure we're hidden well. Realistically, the bunny hood would give me away. Let's take that off, I guess. So actually, it's 7 o'clock. He'll finally make his way up here. He'll open the door, and Kafei will race in after him. And that's our cue to do the exact same thing. So, coming in here, interesting place. We have some crates that probably contain stolen goods, some really nice pottery as well. Sorry about that, I just had the sneezies. Anyways, after you're done looking around, let's take off our masks for seriousness. No, I'm kidding. Let's head on through. Ah! Look, there's a mask there. It's the sun's mask. No, I've done it. Step on that switch. What? Why are you telling us what to do? Okay, Tattle, this is not the time to get defensive. It's some setup where the door stays open only while the switch is pressed. Alright, so, set the switch. We gain control of Kafei, and then we head into the other room. This is the only time in the game that this happens. There should be some device in this room that opens the door. Oh, the mask! He's trying to pull it out of our reach and make us escape. We've got to hurry. So it's going to go on a conveyor belt towards the end where it'll fall down a chute. We won't be able to get it anymore. If you fail at this minigame, you are going to have to do this all over again. Fortunately, it's not all that hard. That's no good. This isn't the switch. Go check that other room. There should be some sort of mechanism. Please, there's no time. I don't like him. But do we have any choice? Should we help him? Why don't you like him? What did he do wrong? He's just like Tail, rushing ahead into the face of danger, never thinking about the consequences. That's it. We have to help him. Let's go. Sure, whatever helps you make your decisions, Tattle. Just like your brother, I'm sure. Anyways, so yeah, this is the only time in the game where we get control of another character. It's really cool. So if you hit the red switches, the conveyor belt will speed up. If you hit the yellow ones, the conveyor belt will slow back down. If you hit the blue, you'll again access into the next room. And as Link, it's our job to take care of the enemies, because doing so will open up the doors. Make sure you don't hit the red switches, and if you do, immediately hit the yellow ones. Now this room's a little bit more complicated. Fortunately, we have a good amount of time for this. Okay, that's not what we're supposed to do. Let's push this down. Hit that switch and pull this across. Come around, and then use this block to hit the blue switch. So yeah, hopefully you don't get stuck on that. I mean, if you're watching this, then you shouldn't get stuck on it. And Wolfos, not really all that hard at all. At least not with the Golden Sword. So you should have plenty of time to do this. And this block, just push it to the south and you can head on through. Once you do, hit the blue switch. And then hit the other one with Link. You got the sun's mask back. You raided Sakan's hideout with Kafei and retrieved the stolen sun's mask. There's still time. I must get back to town. I find it kind of humorous that he just kind of speed walks instead of like full-on sprints, but hey, oh well, he knows what he's doing. And after you leave, there's only 6 hours left. So we're gonna want to warp back to Clocktown and not run. Fortunately, we have that luxury. And this is where things get a little bit different. I mentioned in the last episode that if you want to 100% this game and completely do the side quest, you're gonna have to do it twice. We have two options. We still have one special delivery to make. The special delivery to Mama. We can either deliver it ourselves or we can give it to the postmaster. Both choices will give you something, and you can only do one on one set of 3 days, logically. Now, I personally find giving the letter to the postman more satisfying, so that's what I'm going to do. But this is 100% Let's Play, so I'm going to do both. And I will show you what the other one will do as well. But for now, This is the swordsman's school. I don't know why I'm in here. Wrong door. This way. And if you wonder what the postman's doing right now on the final day, come into here. It's only 5.5 hours left. Okay, I'm not trying to take a picture of him in his misery. I'm not that cruel. There's only about 5.5 hours left, and he's on his hands and knees. Oh, I want to flee, but it's not written in the schedule. To me, the delivery schedule, it's the highest priority. Well, let's give him one more letter to deliver. This is the priority mail seal. This is of the highest priorities. I shall deliver it. It's for, oh, the postmistress. Let's see, her schedule says she's off work today. That means she's probably relaxing with a warm jug of milk at the milk bar right now. The postmistress clearly loves her precious clock town. That's why she refuses to flee. Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Quickly now, to the milk bar. And if you have the song of Inverted Time playing, you are in for a treat. Yeah! He says already to the milk bar and he's moving at like a foot per second. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, let's make this a little bit less laughable because I'm not here to make fun of this because I recognize that this is a very, very serious moment. And he'll speed up just a little bit. He's gonna hide behind the curtain. And there you go. He's off. And we're gonna want to follow him to deliver the letter to the postmistress. Now, if you remember what the Bomber's Notebook told us about Madame Aroma, you remember that she's the head of the post office here. She's in charge of it, so he is referring to her as the postmistress. So, now that he's actually outside, I guess he feels like he can run at a outside speed. I don't know. And he's gonna make his way over to the milk bar. Now, in order to do this, you need to have Hermione's mask. So, let's equip that and head on into the milk bar. And the cheerful music that once played here is no more. And if you come up here, you can witness this conversation between them. I have a delivery for you, postmistress. Oh my, it can't be, you're still here? Tomorrow's delivery is still scheduled. What are you saying? Do you see the sky? It's terrible. But, oh my, well, what shall we do? It's from Kafei. It's priority mail. I'm so happy. I think something good would come in the end. Thank you. You flee now. That's an order. Understood. If you talk to her again... Oh dear, are you alright with not fleeing? It looks like this is it for this town, you know? You saw the moon, didn't you? It's gotten so huge. All the townsfolk have fled. You should flee too. Far away. I'm going to stay here. After all, that expert I gave my son's mask to might still come. She's waiting for us. Unfortunately, we're never gonna come. Follow the postman outside. He's gonna run a little bit, and then he's gonna stop to catch his breath. Talk to him. I've decided to flee. It is an order from the postmistress. I'm now free. I can set my own schedule. I don't need this anymore. So here, I'll let you have it. And by doing that, you get the postman's hat. This signified hat allows you to check the mail. I guess he's planning on either not having a world to come back to serve mail, or he's just quitting his job altogether. But it's interesting because some people are thinking that they can flee to escape the moon coming down, but really? You can't. The postman made the special delivery to Mama and is now free to flee. He was so relieved, he gave you the postman's hat. And he'll make a full-on sprint outside, and that's the last you'll see of him. So, that is one option you have. You can deliver the letter to Mama yourself. Or, sorry, deliver it to the postman who then delivers it to her. The other option is that you deliver it yourself. So, if you want to do that, and get the final item, you're going to need to do this entire side quest again. Well, most of it. So, through the magical powers of editing, I will show you what happens if you get, or if you give the letter to Mama yourself, and all the events that you must do in order to repeat the side quest to make sure that you get this item. Alright, so in order to get the final item from the side quest, you need to talk to Anju while wearing Kafei's mask. If you don't have the inn key, use this deku flower to get into the inn. Talk to Anju between 12 and 6 AM. Put the mail in the mailbox. Sneak into Kafei's hideout while he's distracted. Speak to Kafei. Now, this next one might not be required. Honestly, I'm not so sure. Logically, we shouldn't have to give Anju the pendant of memories, but maybe there's some connection that happens that we can't see as the player, and if we don't give this to her, then other events won't follow? I'm not entirely sure, so just to play it safe, I'm gonna give her the pendant of memories. And talk to the curiosity shop owner and get the special delivery to Mama. And on the night of the final day, anytime after 6 PM, into the milk bar. And the cheerful music is still here. I guess it's gonna take a little while until that goes away. But let's see, let's backflip down here. Come on, I know I can do it. There you go. And slap on, I almost said Anju's mask, Kafei's mask. And speak to his mother. Oh dear, you're the one searching for Kafei. How is it? Have you found him? No, but I do have this for you. Oh dear, priority mail? This is from Kafei, correct? Wonderful, you really are an expert. Yes, I'm sorry. My thanks. Yes, that is your job after all. And by doing that, you get a bottle of Chateau Romani, and more importantly, we get the bottle that is holding it. Swirl it around your tongue to enjoy its flavor to the fullest. Its effects last until you travel back in time. This gives you unlimited magic. I mentioned it a few episodes ago when we were fighting Twin Mold, but yeah, you can get it from here if you'd like to. Kafei's special delivery to Mama found its way to Madame Aroma, and you got a gift for a pro, some luxurious Chateau Romani. I'm sorry, at this point in time, I can give you only something like this. Actually, I wanted to give this to you sooner. Really? So, yeah, by doing that, we get the final bottle in the game. The 6th one if you're playing the Nintendo 64 version, and the 7th if you're playing the 3DS version. And by doing that, we now have all the items. Alright, now that that's done, let's head to the Stockpot Inn. This is the room that we peered into yesterday, and if you come on in, Anju's waiting. I've decided to wait for him. I made my promise. I'm fine with this. I believe him. So, it's been a few hours now. Kafei still hasn't made it back. But the only thing we can do is hope and wait. With an hour and a half left, Kafei will finally arrive. I've met you before. What familiar scent. Long, long ago. Yes, we were still young. We made a promise. Didn't we? The mask of the sun and the moon. We were to exchange them on the day of the Carnival of Time. Anju, I'm sorry I was late. Welcome home. That gives me goosebumps every time. Teehee, they're lovers, but they look just like a mother and child. Let us exchange the promised mask. We have exchanged our oaths and have become a couple. You are our witness. Please accept this mask. And with the Sun and Moon mask combined, we get the couple's mask. It's filled with their love. Please take refuge. We are fine here. We shall greet the morning. Together. You witnessed Anju and Kafei's touching vow of love. You got the couple's mask as a memento for this special occasion. And they're gonna greet the morning together. You can see why this is many people's favorite side quest of all of Zelda. You really feel like you're doing something special here. But that's gonna be it for this episode. So next time, let's play Majora's Mask 3D. We're gonna play the Song of Time, undo all of this, and wrap up a few loose ends before heading off to the final boss of the game. I've been Camerani, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Goodbye, guys.